Hello everybody, how are you? Hello everybody, how are you? It is time to start our day. It is time to work and play. Hello everybody, how are you? Hi guys, how are you today? Today is Wednesday and it is the very last day of the month of September. So we are going to see this word behind me, September, for the last time today. Before we leave, we'll say goodbye to it, and when we meet again tomorrow, we'll welcome a brand new month. Before we start talking about what I want to talk about with you today, I want to take a look at some of our numbers. Remember last time on Monday when we got together, we wrote some letters together. We wrote the letter A, B, and C in our ABC journal. Well, I've got a number journal today, and I would like to start writing numbers with you. We had talked about the numbers 0, 1, and 2, and now we're moved on to 3, 4, and 5. We'll write those another day. We're going to go back and write the numbers 0, 1, and 2 together. So if you have your number journal, you can get those pages. If you don't, okay, get a piece of paper, put your finger up in the air so you can trace with us that way. Whatever you have, you can use. So the first number was 0, and we've looked at that a few different times. That means we don't have anything. We have nothing. And a 0 is a shape like a circle, only it's like you took that circle and you pulled it and you got an oval. When you draw the 0 or write the 0, you start at the very top and you come down and around and you go back up and close it. It's almost like when we write a C, isn't it? But the C we don't close. The C we stop before we close it. So we traced the 0. Now we can go over to the lines and write the 0. I'm going to do it once. I'm going to start at the top, go down to the bottom line, back up to the top. You can take your paper and keep going. You can write as many zeros as you can fit on there. Now, when we were doing our alphabet pages, our ABC pages, this space was for you to find the letter A or B or C, or find A words, B words, C words, and put them on there. When we're not doing letters now, we're doing numbers. So in this space, you can find 0 of something. How do you find 0 of something? I guess you just don't find anything, do you? So we're not going to put anything there. But on this one, this says, I found 1. So you can find 1 of something and glue it onto here. And then maybe find 1 of something else and glue it onto there. Again, to do this, you can look in a magazine, newspaper, whatever your grown-up says is okay, and you can cut it out and glue it on. Let's practice writing this 1 together. Now, 1s can look a couple of different ways. If you are using your finger in the air, or everybody, put your finger in the air, make a straight line down. That's a 1. Just a straight line down is a 1. This one's a little fancier. He's got kind of a top hat here, so he goes up and then straight down. And then he doesn't show it, but I'm going to give him a line at the bottom because when you put that top hat on him, I think he needs the bottom line too. So let's come over here. We're going to do it 2 ways. We're going to start in the middle and go up to the top, straight down, and then draw that line across. That's the fancy one. Now we're going to just draw the straight line down one. It goes right like that. 1 straight line down. So now you can look around, like I was talking about, and find 1 of something to glue there, and then 1 of something else to glue there, 1 of something else to glue on there. So that's 0, 1. Our other number is the number 2. 2 is a little bit more challenging to write. It's got some curves and it's got a lot going on. So you can follow me, and you can, if you're tracing, you can put your pencil, your crayon, whatever you're holding, on the 2 at the very top part here. We're going to go up and around and down and across. That's how you can make a number 2. So when we practice on our lines, we start in the middle here, go up to the top, down to the bottom, and across. That one's a little bit tougher. If you're not getting it yet, don't worry about it. Keep practicing and you will get it. So tell me, for the number 2, how many things are you going to find to go onto this space? You're going to find 2 of everything. That's right. Maybe you'll see 2 cakes in a magazine. Maybe you'll see 2 apples in a magazine. 2 pictures of Legos in a magazine. Whatever you can find 2 of, they call that a pair, you can glue them on to that page. So that's how you write the numbers 0, 1, and 2. Very good, guys. All right, I'm going to push this aside by numbers. So we are going to start talking about something brand new today, something new and different that we're going to talk about today, tomorrow, and Friday together. It's a very cool, wait a minute. Wait a minute, I don't see anything. Where are you guys? Can you see me? I can't see anything. I was just going to read you. Oh, phew, there you are. What happened? I couldn't see anything. Everything got pitch black there. That was very strange, wasn't it? Well, it's kind of good because it kind of helps me out with the story I was going to get to read to you in just a minute. So let me read the story and we'll try to figure out what happened there. That was so strange. Well, first of all, I brought something of my own to share with you today. I brought my Bible. This is my book that I read. You can see I read it a lot. Look at the corners and the pages. I got bookmarks in here. This is my Bible. And if you're not sure what a Bible is, this is a very special book filled with lots and lots of different books inside of it. Look at all these pages with all these words on them. Each book in here was inspired by God. He is the one that wrote the Bible for us. He gave the words to people and they put the words down for us. So this is kind of like God's storybook for us. Isn't it really special? This one is my copy, but I'm going to show you another one that I'd like to read a story to you out of today. This is another one I have, and this one is called the Jesus Storybook Bible. The same stories that are in my Bible and this one are also in here. Not all of them. This one has just a few that I want to share with you. And the first one I want to share with you is what happened at the very beginning of time, way back before you were here, before I was here, before any of us were here. And you know what? I'm not going to read the whole story today. I'm going to leave you in suspense a little. We're going to read a little bit today, a little bit tomorrow, and the rest on Friday together. Okay, ready? Here we go. It's called The Beginning, A Perfect Home, and this was taken from the Bible in the book of Genesis. In the beginning, there was nothing. That's kind of like what just happened to us. There was nothing. It was complete blackness. We couldn't see anything on the screen. We couldn't see anything. In the beginning, there was nothing. Nothing to hear, nothing to feel, nothing to see, nothing to smell, nothing to taste. Only emptiness and darkness, and nothing but nothing. But God was there, and God had a wonderful plan. I'll take this emptiness, God said, and I'll fill it up. Out of the darkness, I'm going to make light. And out of nothing, I'm going to make everything. Like a mommy bird flutters her wings over her eggs to help her babies hatch, God hovered over the deep, silent darkness. He was making life happen. God spoke, that's all, and whatever he said, it happened. All God has to do is speak, and it happens. God said, hello, light, and the light shone into the darkness. God called the light day and the darkness night. You are good, said God, and they were. Okay, I'm going to stop there. We're going to come back and find out the next thing that God created tomorrow. But we're just going to start with day 1 of creation. There are 7 days total. Can you show me 7 fingers? Let's see, we could do it a couple different ways. You could show me 5 fingers on one hand and 2 on the other. That makes 7. You could show me 4 fingers on one hand and 3 on the other. That also makes 7. That's how many days it took God to create our earth. Where else do we know the number 7 from days? Wasn't there something back here that was 7? Each week, that's right. Each week has 7 days. So God created our earth in 1 week. Let's see what those days were. There was Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's today for us, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. Those are the days of the week. And we say that God started creating the earth or the world on Monday. So on that first day, God had all darkness. There was nothing there. It was just darkness. And God spoke and said, let there be light. And then there was light. And God looked and said, it is good. So today, I want to make darkness and light with you. I want to do it. I'm going to use a paper plate. You might have a piece of paper or something else that you can use. But I'm going to take a paper plate, just a little guy, and I'm going to fold them in half just like this. And on this side, I am going to make it dark. Now, there's a couple of different ways I can make it dark. One way is I could take a dark marker. What's a dark color? What's the darkest color you can think of? I'm thinking I'm going to use black. But I'm not going to use a marker myself. I'm actually going to paint mine, but you need to ask a grown-up before you paint. Maybe they want you to use a marker or a crayon. But the darkest color I can think of is black. So I tried a little experiment. I don't know if it's going to work. Remember when we did our germs? I wrote the word dark on here in white crayon. So we'll see. I'm going to paint over it. We'll see if it dries and if I could see the word dark, but I might not. So I've got some black paint here, and I'm just going to cover this whole thing up all the way across, because as we saw earlier, when everything went dark for us, we couldn't see anything. So I want to make sure I cover my whole paper plate up, get all, well, this half, get this all covered in black, because this represents what the world was like before God spoke and put light in it. How did I do? Did I get it good and covered? I even got my fingers a little bit. Let's see. Here we go. On day 1, God created light and dark. He called the light day, and the dark he called night. Now, whatever you chose to use to make your light and day, if you did this, hold on to it. We're going to come back and we're going to use it the next couple of days. I'm going to let my paint dry, and then the next time I see you guys, I'll get this out again and we'll do more with it. I'm going to set that down. Ooh, I got a little cleaning to do, don't I? Let me set that down, and I'm going to clean myself up. If you weren't able to do that with us right now, that's okay. You can do that on your own later. And like I said, we're going to come back and we're going to add to our light and day, our light and dark when we meet again next time. There's a finger play I would like to do with you guys as well, and I'm only going to teach you part of it today, and then we'll do some more tomorrow when we come back and learn more about God's creation. All right, so it goes like this. Can you show me one finger? Because we're talking about God's first day of creation. On day 1, God created, cover your eyes. When your eyes are closed and they're covered, what do you see? There's nothing. God created dark, now uncover them, and light. That was the first day. We're going to learn the rest of the days another time. Let's try that one again. You ready? On day 1, God created dark and light. All right. Tomorrow when we come back, we're going to learn about days 2, 3, 4, and 5. I can't wait to find out what God created next. Thanks for joining me, guys. Have a great afternoon. Bring your light and dark back tomorrow, and I'll see you again to learn about the next few days of creation. Bye, everybody.